Hello acromegaly community, I'm Scott Struthers, one of the founders with Steve here of Crinetics. I'm so glad that you're all able to get back together in person.
I'm also really excited that acromegaly community is able to have this event. You are the reason we do what we do.
When we started the company, not enough companies were really investing in new drug discovery, and we saw large areas of endocrinology that have been neglected for many years or decades in particular that we thought we could make a difference in.
I think one of the things that has really transformed the science and discovery at Crinetics is being able to speak with patients and their families.
And you'd be surprised the perspective differences you get when you talk to somebody who's thinking about the disease from the healthcare provider point of view versus the patient point of view. And it's the intersection of those two viewpoints where you can really figure out what the need is for the whole community.
We try to give patients a seat at the table. For every different compound that we're working on, it really is, well, what would patients say? And we make sure that we have those answers.
It wasn't ever about making a product and then selling it. It was always about making sure that we emphasized bringing a product all the way from the bench to bedside and growing the company along the way in order to do that.
But patients are more than just a number, and I shouldn't even think of them as patients. I should say people who happen to have this disease. You know, we all have something with us that does not define us.
It really feels satisfying when I see the patients talk about how they got some relief from the drugs that we had touched upon. It's really satisfying to go back to the lab and do something new. And that's what brings me to the lab again and again.
An unbridled enthusiasm for the science really pushes our projects forward.
We've got amazing scientists and these kind of world-renowned endocrinologists who are working as a part of our team.
I sometimes forget how humble they are because they're wickedly smart.
I've always loved science and I love helping patients, so it's the perfect combination of both.
A patient-focused drug development program means that all the scientists, including the ones who discover the novel molecules that we hope someday to be actual drugs, those scientists start by talking to the patients and understanding what the patients need to help improve the status quo in their lives.
Clinical trials are not just something that we do. Patients are not data points. Patients are real individuals.
It is very important for even the most basic chemists and biologists and hardcore scientists to really have that kind of depth of understanding about what the object of their research is, and that is to fill the needs of these patients. Paltusotine is an investigational oral agent for the treatment of acromegaly and could offer patients like yourselves an oral alternative to the monthly injections that are required by many people to control the disease. We're very excited by the data so far with paltusotine in phase 2 clinical trials. We believe, based on the data we have so far, that paltusotine seems to work as well as these injections and could offer patients an improved quality of life should this prove to be safe and effective.
Just the time and the effort spent is extremely important. We are all really, really grateful and can't thank you enough.
I want to thank all the people working on this research for their precious time and effort, because what you're working on is going to help us be seen. And that's exactly what we need, to be seen.
I can't let anything hold me back from the person I want to be in the world and the life I want to live. And I want it to be full. I want to live a full, meaningful, purposeful life.
It really means a lot that you're committing yourself to the science, the research, and especially listening to the patient voice, because it was our silence and our invisibility that led us to this path. We're just forever thankful that you're doing this.
I'm Stephanie Kalley, Director of Patient Advocacy at Crinetics. Thank you, acromegaly community, for having us here. We're so excited to be here in person. Enjoy the rest of the meeting.